Okay, everybody's gone, so I can pull the face mask down so I can talk to you guys, or face covering, I should say, since this is a bandana. Remember, y'all, purple monkey syndrome, still a thing, so remember the face coverings. But welcome to another day of gorgeous landscape photography. I'm just keeping an eye on what the light is doing right now at this composition because the sun is going back and forth between clouds, and I'm really playing around with what that's doing with this composition right here. But let's start off. Where are we today? Well, we have driven over 4.5 hours outside of Colorado Springs. We are on the west side of the Rocky Mountains, and we have come to Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. Say that 5 times fast, I dare you. And this is an area that this park has been on my bucket list for a few years now. You know, Colorado has at least a half dozen national parks and national monuments, and they're all on my bucket list. But yeah, this one has been on my bucket list for a little while now, and it's really interesting because the whole park is situated around this giant canyon that I don't remember which river runs through it. I'll put that up somewhere on the screen here. But ooh, hang on a second. Just fire off a shot here because my background's starting to get into shade. I really like this. I'll show you guys my composition here in a second. But yeah, we've come out to one of the, I would say maybe lesser known national parks, but still a really cool spot to come and check out. And yeah, like I said, it's this huge expansive canyon that's got a river snaking through it. It's much more jagged and stratic, is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word, than the Grand Canyon, but just a very cool and interesting scene and full of potential. Hang on a second, I'll fire off another shot here. Again, light is changing all the time because of our cloud conditions tonight, or today I should say. But yeah, I am really excited to be out here today, really excited to get out of Colorado Springs and do you know, just a quick overnight trip. I'm only spending one night out here, but really interested to see what kind of photography we can get out here today. Today is what I'm going to be referring to as a spray and pray kind of day, because there's a lot of points and a lot of viewpoints and spots that I want to check out and see what kind of images we can get. I've never been here before. That's the whole point. Come out and check out something new. And yeah, I'm just hoping that today we come away with something that is really cool. So it was kind of a mad dash to get to this first composition. It is 4:45 in the afternoon, almost 5 o'clock. The sun is really still pretty high right now, so we're still getting some pretty harsh direct sunlight in some spots. But seeing as I'm only going to be here for one night, I figured, you know, what the heck, we gotta get creative and play around anyway. So I've come out to this one viewpoint. Ooh, there's a big crow flying by. I've come out to this one viewpoint that's called Cross Fissures. On Google Maps it says like Big Island or something like that, but the sign out there at the front, if you guys noticed at the beginning of this video, said Cross Fissures. So we're gonna go with that. And what it is, I'll show you guys my composition here in just a second, firing off this last shot. And I'm just gonna turn the camera around here so I can actually prop up my my video and show you guys what I'm seeing. What we've got is this kind of big kind of spire just jutting up out of the canyon. I'm gonna zoom out here just to show you guys what I'm seeing. And ooh, let's bring down that exposure a little bit, shall we? ISO 100. Ooh, there we go. Okay, maybe you guys are getting a little bit better view of this right now. So if you guys can see, we've got this giant sort of fissure or spire that's jutting out of the canyon, and it's silhouetted, or I guess backdropped against some just epic canyon walls, lots of stratic, whatever you want to call it. I'm not good with words, but just really cool just geological formations here. I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. Sorry for the jerkiness here. And my idea for this shot is, as you guys can see, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more so you guys get a better idea. If you guys can see, we've got this kind of fissure or crack in the mountainside here that is angling down into the canyon, which is providing some really cool, I don't know, just line, to get a nice leading line for the image. So that's really cool. And then obviously we've got the two sides of the fissure, and then the backdrop, and then I have just been playing around with the lighting, as you guys may or may not be able to see if I zoom out and kind of pan up here on my 7D and darken this down a little bit. You'll see we've got lots of clouds up there. So the sun has been going back and forth in between clouds this whole time. So I've really just been waiting for some interesting light to either hit the background or hit the spire or the sides of the fissure there. And I have been shooting this image vertically, as you guys will have seen right there, because one, we all know that I do love a good vertical image, but two, it really just narrows your focus and gives you a firm focus for what the image should be about, which is all about this rock formation right here. So I have been shooting this at f5.6 because I really want to throw the background out of focus, and at ISO 100 and 1/800th of a second, and again, just waiting for the light to do something really interesting here. So I've just been riding the shutter, 2-second timer, just waiting to see what the light will do. And I think I've come away with an image or two that isn't too bad. Not bad for, first image out of the day. The first image of the day is always the hardest. So I might ride this. Oh, and I should say I am also shooting this in black and white. So that won't carry over into Lightroom once I upload my images, because shooting in RAW, it never saves that black and white. But I have my black and white preset on my camera just to give me a baseline idea for what it'll look like. And then from there, I'll mess with the color values in Lightroom to really bring out the black and white kind of look that I want. So yeah, not a bad way to start off the day. It feels really good. Got a family coming by. Ooh, sorry for the quick pause there, guys. There was a family that walked through and I didn't want to be talking while they were enjoying the overlook. But yeah, not a bad first image to start off the day. The first image is always kind of the hardest to get out of the way. I'm going to fire off one more round right here. Ooh, camera was a little bit shaky right there, so I'm going to fire off another round. The sun is about to go behind another really big cloud bank here, so I'm probably going to call it at this location and keep on moving. So still got plenty of time left in the day, and we'll just see what other images we can find. Oh, it's hot out there. Air conditioning. Nice thing about doing these kind of like spray and pray drive-by. Hang on a second here. There we go. Nice thing about doing these spray and pray drive-bys photography is that I can jump back in the car and get air conditioning. Okay. Next location. Okay, well hopefully that family that walked away isn't hearing me now and doesn't think I'm weird talking to the camera. But I've come down to another overlook out here at Black Canyon, and it's an overlook called Dragon's Point. And as you might have been seen from my video, in fact, you know what, I'll turn the camera this way and do a bit of a reconfigure so you maybe get a better view. But if you look out there, we've got the rock wall of this canyon here, and there's just all these really cool striations just running through the rock here. And it just makes for really interesting patterns, and it's just such a cool feature, and it just shows you the nature of geology and just how this canyon has eroded over time to make what we have now. So just really, some really cool patterns in the rocks. I'm still playing with a black and white composition. If I swing back over this way and go back to my camera, I'm still playing with a black and white composition because unfortunately the light is just not good. I was hoping for maybe some dappled light on the rocks out there, maybe some, I don't know, God rays or just something, but unfortunately the sun has gone behind a pretty big fluffy cloud. So unfortunately we're not going to get any good light on this shot. I might come back out to this in the morning. This might be good with a little bit of morning light, a little bit of good directional morning light, but I don't know. I still have a 4.5 hour drive back to Colorado Springs tomorrow morning, so I'm not sure if I'll manage to get back out here for a good sunrise photo. But I have found a composition that is, it's interesting, at least. I don't know if it's portfolio worthy, but it's a very interesting composition. We've got this, see if I can swing back around and show you guys here. I think, yes, it's this composition right here. It is just a really kind of jagged up and down, almost looks like kind of a cave painting of a mountain sort of thing. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's really cool. So I decided to put my 70-200 f4 on and zoom in and set up a 16:9 composition of this shot right here. In fact, let me pop the camera off of the tripod. Just give you guys, sorry about the sound of the back of the mic, but vlogging, right? Let me see if I can show you guys kind of what I'm looking at right here on the lens. So that's a little dark. Let's see if I can bump up my exposure here. Nope, go the other way. There you go. So as you can see here, I've focused in on that formation right there and just made it run from the top corner to the other bottom corner of my frame here, and I've gone for a 16:9 composition. And I think that really works really well with this patterning and striation. So I've gone for an aperture of f8, shutter speed of 1/50, and ISO 100. And again, shooting a black and white composition. So had to stop vlogging there for a second because a couple of guys came down and they were checking out the viewpoint here, and I always feel really awkward vlogging in front of people, so I just decided to let it go. So, but yeah, just again playing with a black and white composition, 16:9, and just having some real fun with patterns here and just making it a really abstract image. So I think I'm going to check out a couple more viewpoints. I don't know if I'm going to vlog them or not. Probably not. I'm probably just going to scout around, and then I'm going to head to this one viewpoint called, ironically, Sunset Point, and I think there is potential to get a pretty good composition and a pretty good sunset tonight if these clouds hang on. So fingers crossed for that. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but here's the photo that I just got, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, well I'm gonna make this quick. I'm really sorry about not vlogging those last couple photos there. There were a few people at the overlook there, and I didn't want to be that jerk that is talking while everybody's enjoying sunset. And then there was a guy next to me who was constantly asking me questions about, hey, how do you shoot this? How do you shoot this? So kind of got roped into doing some giving some advice. So I'm not sure it was good advice, so I do apologize to that man if his photos don't come out that good. But I tried. So, but, not a terrible sunset, not the best. I was really hoping for more cloud cover than what we had and different clouds than what we had. The color wasn't fantastic, but it was all right. I think the golden hour glow photos that I got were much better than the sunset photos. But, I got a couple that I'm not upset with. So, I don't think portfolio worthy, but, not too bad. So, anyway, I think I am going to call it for a night. I don't think this is going to be the end of this vlog. I think I'm going to try to get up for sunrise tomorrow, go over to another viewpoint and shoot back towards the east and get hopefully get a sunrise photo. So we will see if that works out. If it doesn't, well, then I'll probably just do a little wrap up in the morning. So I am going to crawl into my tent. I'm probably going to read for a little while and then call it a night. So I will see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. Ooh, well, after getting a non-consecutive, probably 45 minutes of sleep, I've gotten up and come out to Tomichi Overlook, I believe is what it's called. It's one of those ones where the letters are there, so it kind of makes sense to say it like that. But I'm just sitting here and enjoying a very hot cup of instant coffee and just enjoying the morning. We're not going to get a sunrise, or I should say we're not going to get a sunrise photo because there's some cloud in the sky, but it's the wrong type. It's really low, and at the angle the sun's coming up, it's getting blocked by a massive just bank of very low puffy cloud. So no colorful sunrise this morning, but you know what? Got up at about 4:30 and took a look outside and saw that it was kind of cloudy, scattered, and
I thought about just getting back in bed, back in my sleeping bag, but you never know if you don't try. So took a risk, and you know what, it's not going to pay off this morning, but you know what, that's okay, because I'm up, I'm enjoying some coffee, there's nobody around, it's very, very quiet and very cool morning. We got one car showing up now at this overlook, so gonna hang around for a little bit and see, maybe we'll get some decent light on the front of these canyons here, but I'm not holding out hope because that cloud bank is not looking like it's going anywhere for a while. So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my coffee, probably warm up this instant oatmeal bag from Mountain House that I've got, or is it blue? Geez, I don't know. It's too early in the morning. The coffee's not gonna kick it for a little bit, but warm up some instant oatmeal, and yeah, see what the rest of the morning's got going on. Alright, I know I said we weren't going to get a good sunrise, but that is actually looking really good out that way. Unfortunately, I can't think of any composition out that way. Nothing is coming to mind, and that's pretty far out on the other side of the canyon, out on the north rim. So, not a lot I can do photography-wise, but still really pretty to look at. And you know what? Sometimes it's not just about getting the best photo. Sometimes you just got to come out and enjoy a good sunrise and enjoy some coffee. Well, guys, what is the saying? It's not over until the fat lady sings, or in this case, a bunch of ravens are crowing. I don't know. These flock of birds showed up about a half hour ago, and they've just been squawking away. But fantastic color out there to the north this morning, and we're getting some of these little spotted clouds. They're picking up some nice morning light, and you know what? We actually do have a shot out to the east. I didn't think this was going to happen. I really didn't think I was going to get anything this morning. That being said, it's not, it's not exactly a portfolio image, but again, not bad. There is a small band of kind of yellow, very light yellow, out over the canyon here, out here over Tomochi Point. Or Tomochi, I think it's called Tomochi Point. I don't know. It's too early in the morning. But just a really kind of simple composition right here. We've got the canyon kind of snaking. In fact, I'll switch over to my view right now on this thing and give you guys just an idea of what I'm looking at. So this is a 16:9 ratio, which you're looking at right now because I'm filming video. My actual composition is set up as a 4:3. So I think that's really working better because it gives nice framing to the sides of the canyon, and gives you a nice perspective leading you out towards the sky. So I really like the 4:3 ratio. But as you guys can see right here, it's a little hard to tell because it's a little dark. Let me bump up my ISO just a hair. There we go. Okay, so we have the canyon that kind of goes zigzagged out to the east there. We've got a little bit of morning haze out in the distance, and then we got these clouds that are just sitting on top of the canyon here. And again, shooting this at a 4:3 ratio. I might leave it as that, or I might crop it down to a 4:5 when I get it into Lightroom, not sure. But I am just very, I'm pleased to actually be able to take an image this morning. So, can't complain too much. Get my settings back to where I had them before. ISO 100. And what was I at? There we go. So sitting there around a 15th of a second, f8, ISO 100. I'm gonna fire off another bracketed round here. I think the best of the color has already gone, and you know how it goes with sunrise. With sunrise, guys, color just snaps away like that. But just looking back at my images here, some nice. You know what? I'm not unhappy. It feels really good to come away with an image this morning. So I think the best of the color is already about to go, but I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit, keep firing away at the shutter, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. Alright guys, well there is definitely something to be said for waiting out a scene. We've got some gorgeous morning light hitting this side of the, and I know you can't see this, but it's the southeast side of the canyon rim. And I've just been riding the shutter, just firing off exposure after exposure after exposure, and just watching the light dip farther and farther and farther down into the canyon. And you know, I think I've come away with a shot that I'm pretty happy with. You know, we didn't get that colorful sunrise photo. The sunrise happened way farther to the north, but not disappointed. And you know, I kind of had a suspicion that this might be the shot that I would have to get, because looking at photo pills and seeing where the sun was going to come up, you know, I didn't really know if we were going to get anything colorful, but I really did think that we might be able to get some nice light into the canyon. And you know, I think we did all right. So I'll show you guys that image here in a minute. But yeah, not too disappointed with how this morning is going. I thought we were going to get skunked, and you know what? We actually got a couple images that I'm not unhappy with. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be it for me this morning. It's about, let's see, what time is it right now? It is almost 7 o'clock. I've got a 4.5 hour drive back to Colorado Springs. Still got to pack up my tent. And, you know, getting out here, I know I hit a lot of road construction, so I want to give myself a little bit more time to not feel rushed getting back home. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here. You know, a very nice, enjoyable overnight trip out here to Black Canyon of the Gunnison. This is definitely a location that I would like to come back to and maybe explore a little bit more thoroughly. Check out a few more locations. Maybe go to the north rim of the canyon. You know, like the Grand Canyon. This has a north rim area as well. But yeah, not a bad way to spend 24 hours. So I'm getting really used to these 24-hour road trips. You know, they're a good way to get out and get away, especially nowadays when everybody's kind of cooped up in their apartments. I know things are trying to get back to normal. Normal's not a thing, guys. Normal's just a setting. Yeah. So I'm starting to ramble on here. So I think, yep, we're gonna wrap this up here. Give you guys the usual spiel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, and stay tuned. And we'll see what the next adventure brings. So until next time, guys, from a very gorgeous morning backdrop here, I will see you all out on the trail.